Welcome everyone. So we are back with game 2 tonight with our Friday night games. The new points were released yesterday, I think, and the new ships were released today. So we thought we'd fly some new ships for the local league, or I guess it's not so local anymore, but today. Previously we had myself versus Luke, who I was flying First Order versus Republic, and then we've got Jarrad versus Harrison, who's flying Separatist versus Republic as well. So I've also got the guys in the background, so you may be able to just hear them, which should help us with any triggers or anything like that. So to start, I guess we'll go through Harrison's list, which is interesting. So it's got the Laat gunship with Plo Koon. So the Laat is an initiative 2, and Plo Koon gives him 1 force and a purple reinforce. So Plo Koon's at the start of the end phase. If you are reinforced, you may choose 1 friendly ship at range 0 or in your side arcs at range 1. That ship removes 1 deplete or strain token or repairs 1 face-up damage card. So really interesting there. Great support ship. Delta 7 with Luminara in it with CLT and R5 Astromech. So R5 Astromech allows you to spend a charge to repair 1 face down damage card or repair 1 face up ship card. And then 7 Squadron Veteran. 2 Arc 170s, the 7 Squadron Veterans. And then on Jarrad's side, he's flying 2 of the new HMP gunships. So they are the Genosin prototypes with sync laser cannon and the repulsor lift stabilizer. Interesting option there. So Jarrad specifically went with a Genosin prototype, not for the ability, but more for the cannon, the 2 cannon slots, so we could take the sync laser cannon. Then he's got 3 Trade Federation drones and General Grievous with Solar Swan. So an interesting list, quite a few ships there. I think looking at how they've set up, they're both obviously fairly cautious here in what they're trying to do. Jarrad is, I guess Jarrad's probably going to want to go through the rocks. Hopefully get those Arc 170s to make the mistake. I think we'll see Luminara turn right up the board. So time has started now as well. So yeah, I think we'll see Luminara turn up the board. The position there, I think, that Harrison has put down, I think, is a bit of a fake out. Because from the game we saw last time, Luminara can be pretty annoying. Especially if you're only getting like 1 hit and you don't have focus tokens. So I think Luminara is going to be very frustrating for Jarrad ships. So yeah, oh, that's close. Just close. Just clears. Seeing that, I reckon we'll see those arcs 3 forwards. I'm just the main thing I'm looking forward to is watching those side slips. That should be very interesting. Yeah, so we've got the 3 straight with the 2 arcs. An interesting setup from Jarrad. I think. Not sure about the Grievous if he's just going over. So Luminar is just going to barrel roll out of that rock. Definitely don't want to be sitting there for the next turn. But it's looking fairly standard now. But yeah, Grievous 5 straight. Grievous. Oh yeah, I don't know. I think that's just out of range 3. Grievous, I guess you might want to boost, but then you're putting Grievous sort of by himself for a while. Grievous's ability does allow him to re-roll. Yeah, so if you're not in the primary defender's firing arc, you can re-roll. So yeah, focus boost. Good option there from Grievous. So yeah, we're gonna see shots on the first round. Range 3 from Grievous. Just hold on a sec. Yeah, no dice box. So rerolls the 2 with Grievous's ability. I think Jarrad's just like, get rid of those. 3 hits. So 2 evades and you just spend a force and you're safe. So I think from here, Jarrad, it's probably not too bad where Grievous is. I don't think any of Harrison's ships are going to be able to capitalize on where Grievous is, and Jarrad can easily turn those droids up into the rocks to give Grievous a bit of protection. Luminar, I think you just want to run. I don't think you want to stick around and do anything there. But yeah, I think the droids and the HMP gunships are just gonna go straight up. Because I don't think, Harrison's not going to get Luminar in there. The arcs may turn down the board, get them relevant, and then the Laat, I'm not even sure if it's maneuvers. It's not a bad dial, so I think you're probably going to see a turn down, because otherwise it's going to have to go 4 straight, which is a red, to not hit that rock. So it's interesting looking at the points in Harrison's list as well, is that the Laat is the most expensive ship on there. The passive ability on that, just to being able to re-roll, is just crazy. It's really good. And then just Plo Koon, just the extra force is amazing as well, just for efficiency on that. So for those that haven't been following or aren't aware of the new ships that Jarrad's flying, so there's the Genosian prototype. The I guess the passive ability on that is the networked aim, so they can't spend their locks to reroll attack dice. And while you perform an attack, you may reroll a number of attack dice equal to the number of friendly locks on the defender. So it's an interesting ability there. It's similar to, I guess it's fairly similar to the networked calculations, where you're using your friendly calculates, you're using your friendly locks. And then he's also got the synced laser turret on there, which is a 3 dice attack, range 2 to 3, and if you're calculating, the defender does not apply the range bonus. The interesting thing with that is that if you have a calculate, you can't spend the calculate in the attack if you want to deny your opponent the range 3 bonus, because then you wouldn't be calculating. And he's also got the repulsor lift stabilizers. So that's this what's it called again? Side slip maneuver, which is an interesting thing, which we might actually see here. So it's sort of best way to describe it would be, it's sort of just a sloop almost, but you're just sort of like sliding to the left or right. So it can do some pretty interesting maneuvers. So yeah, we see the Laat come down. I think he's still in a pretty bad position there with just where he's about to go. That rock is not looking good. I think possibly here, there's no way to coordinate or anything, so yeah, just the focus is the best maneuver. So now we see the side slip. Oh no. He's going to go for the lock. I'm pretty sure it's out there. Yeah. Just 1 second. No, I think that's all right. Yeah. So I think next turn is when you see the side slip. So Plo Koon's turned down, interestingly. Oh. And then I think he's going to barrel roll, surely. Oh. What about the other way? Let's try all of them. No. Cannot barrel roll. Ouch. And hopefully Jarrad's just done a 1 straight. Oh, it's a 2 straight is the slowest maneuver there. Oh, that could have been really good for Grievous, but Not today. There's probably no way, or there is no way, that Jarrad can get Plo Koon in Arc, but with the 3 ships and the the 3 droids and the 2 gunships, I think it's going to be fairly good for Jarrad and Plo Koon. I think Grievous, you stay there and don't do anything. Yeah, lock. So this will be interesting, I think. The network aim. So I think both the gunships will be able to re-roll their dice on Plo Koon, or 2 dice on Plo Koon with the 2 locks on there. So they don't need to have a lock themselves. It just counts the number of friendly locks on the defender. So nothing there. So Jarrad's gunships. Probably a range 3. Yeah, so into Plo Koon, range 3. Oh, 3 dice. He can reroll 2 of them. Because of the 2 locks on Plo, into 2 hits. Nice. Oh, so what Jarrad really wants here is to get rid of all that force, and if he can get Plo Koon down to half points, will be good. So we'll see. Oh. Oh. So he spends calculate for 1. Pity they don't have the network calculations, and also has to spend the force. So I think that's actually really good for Jarrad. I mean, he didn't get any damage through with the first, with either of them, but now Plo Koon is completely relying on rolls. So yeah, spends a calculate. So you've got 2. Plo Koon takes 2. I mean, Luminara takes 2. And yeah, another range 2 attack. This is the one with the lock. You may as well spend it. Into a blank, so I think Luminara's probably got this fine. Oh, I spoke too soon. So that's Well, that was half points before, but this could see the end of Luminara. Range 2. Oh, and you spend the calculate. Oh no. That's Luminara dead. So at the end of round 1, we see that Jarrad has destroyed, or it leads by 50 points. Well, Jarrad has done quite a lot of damage. I also think that it's not over yet. We still have quite a lot of time, and those arcs can do damage. Unfortunately, I think you see the Laat either land on the rock or be irrelevant this turn again. Maybe he can do a 3-bank down and rotate the arc, if that is even possible. Yeah, so I think maybe a 3-bank towards the board edge and rotate the arc is maybe the only way. Otherwise, you just put him on the rock for now to get those rerolls for the 2 arcs. The 2 arcs, just 3-bank down. Get as fast in there as you can. Jarrad's not in the best position. So I think we'll see. I think here you'll actually see the side slip. If my mind is working correctly, your Jarrad would have put in probably a bank maneuver, a turn maneuver down the board. So it's like a left turn, and then you do the left side slope, which is on your right hand side, and you'd be facing sort of up the board. The 3 droids turn up. And yeah, I think generally that is a pretty good position for Jarrad. So far, from what I've seen of what I played today with the Z shuttle, and what I've seen of the gunships and also the Laat, it's a pretty interesting wave, and a lot of the support ships are really, really great. I think the Republic has benefited the most. I think that's just a powerhouse, and it's reflected by its points. I think Jarrad should calculate and barrel roll.
I mean, you have a pretty good head start.
I think. But then you may get out of range 1. Oh, he's going for the lock. You go into yellow, I reckon. Oh, onto red then. Yeah, and calculate there, and then you can share those calculates between the droids.
I swear, if I fly him off the board.
Oh, too hard that way. Towards the board edge. It should be safe. Another too hard down. But problem is that makes him irrelevant in the game. So yeah, I think Jarrad just has not been flipping the repulsor lift. So it's a you may flip this card. So it's not a must. No, so he's flipped on red.
How's it work? Even though it's after maneuver. I forgot. Oh, yeah. That's fine. Go for it.
Cool, so he's flipped both. It's an interesting card because it does somewhat telegraph where you're going. There is no, especially where Jarrad is here, is there's no way he's just going straight. So he's definitely televising that he will be doing a side slip, but it just matters which way. So yeah, we see the two arcs come in. All of Jarrad's ships may have shots on the red arc again. Oh, Grievous. So he's boosting, and you link for that.
Why did I focus?
Focus.
What would you? Oh, reinforce. I could have purple reinforced for no, like, I wouldn't even lost anything. Oh well. Whatever. And yeah, I'll focus. Yeah. With stress.
So yeah, Grievous. That's a pretty good shot for Grievous there. So range 1.
Oh, close end of. It doesn't matter. I'm not reinforced. Yeah. So
Range 1 into the 212 squadron. Oh yeah, that's pretty nice. So I think they'll just check. Oh yeah, they've decided it's outside of the arc. So 3 hits, and then you spend the focus, and yeah, 4 hits. So that's yeah, spin the focus.
that's 3. So that's going to be a crit.
2 shields and a crit, which is structural damage. Not what you want at all.
Second round, we're already done. Alright. Now I get to shoot.
So that's when you, while you defend, you roll 1 fewer defense dice.
Freaking blue's getting lit up.
So yellow into blue, I think.
Uses fancy dice, unless they're cursed. Alright.
Oh, so 3 hits into blue.
Make them pop. Blanks.
So blue takes 2. And red range 2. It's a good chance to kill blue for here. Yeah, and guarantees it. So Jarrad takes one crit onto blue, which is a damage sensor array, but it doesn't matter. So crit that he got there, but yeah, does not matter at all. So now we see and the lock was taken away in the last turn as well, so one crit and evades it. Range 3 into red again, using the sync laser cannon. 3 hits.
So you don't get range bonus.
And does not get range bonus due to the being calculating. So red takes 3 shields.
And spend calc.
2 hits into red. The red takes another damage.
I remember, like, in that first league we played,
And then range 3 again into red.
just dumped points on Wolf, and you just like lit him up, and I was like, why? Like, why would
So 1 crit. Should be safe. Yeah, and it's all fine. So it's still pretty good position Harrison's in. You sort of saw how the 2 arcs can just wipe somebody off. He's put the Laat in the wrong place, but at this point I think it's okay. He could definitely take off another droid this turn, even though they're only worth 20 points. So it's still fairly close in the game, 20 to 50. The big problem I think Harrison has is if Jarrad goes in for the block. Good thing is that Jarrad flipped both of his cards, so he needs to do the side slip this turn. So I think you'll see the side slip to the left, which means the ship will sort of be on the right hand side where it is now. You might see I don't think you'll see a 3 bank from Brown because 3 banks are not good on the droids. And Grievous being stressed is a bit frustrating for Jarrad here as well. The Laat, you kind of have to turn it down. There's nothing really you can do. Otherwise, it will be just giving Grievous shots the whole game if he turns the Laat towards the top of the board. And both those arcs, you probably just bank. 1 bank. So some pretty interesting move here.
You're good. Brown. He's going 3 hard.
Yeah, so we see the blocking maneuver there. And I think if Jarrad's confident that he's blocked, that's when he'll lock. Yeah, so he's fairly confident that he's blocked at least one of them. I reckon calculate and he's locking as well. I was going to say calculate and barrel roll, and you may get out of the arc if the arc's done a bank. Oh, there's a tongue twister there. So he's doing the side slip. I think he got a bit excited there. No. Yeah, so turning it down.
Okay, what the hell are you doing, Grievous? We're going to rotate the arc, but I've already picked it up, haven't I? It doesn't matter. Just thinking, if you
So considering turning the arc,
I'm stressed. You are stressed.
Interesting. So I don't think Grievous can get out of that if he's just banked in. But so yeah, there's the side slip. Interesting. And he'll calculate there. And then the same side slip there. And he's just going to calculate as well. Bank on getting rid of red this turn. Oh, 4k. Nice. Nice move there. And he got the bump. So that's pretty good for Jarrad. Oh. And it's also a really good move. So I reckon red. Yellow could get rid of brown, 4 dice, but I'm pretty sure he's out of range of the Laat to get the rerolls, because that is only range 2. Oh no, if the defender is in your arc. So yeah, definitely out of range there. Grievous is flying there, not getting any shots. So pretty good turn for Harrison. So range 1 into brown. So 2 hits and a crit. So he's going to check for the ability. No. Fairly close, but not in. Oh, 1. So you could still see a dead droid if there's a direct hit in there. So hit and a crit, which is hull breach, which is mostly nothing for him. So yellow range 2 obstructed. Using the synced cannon again. And I guess he rerolled both, maybe? Yeah. Just rerolling the one hit and spend the calculate for 3 or 2 hits and a crit. And takes hit crit onto red, which is a fuel leak. So fuel leak is a after you suffer 1 crit, you suffer an extra damage. So range 3 with the cannon. I think you reroll here, just so you can deny that bonus. Oh. No, it's just going for the guaranteed damage and blanks out, so. So I'm pretty sure that's a dead. Yeah, that was a dead arc. Alright, so I think this is where it gets a bit more difficult for Harrison. Still, yeah, you got structural damage on the Laat, and you've got a 4 health arc. I think just unfortunately he just kept that Laat out of play for too long. So yeah, currently Harrison's destroyed 30 and Jarrad's on 94. So it's interesting. Harrison was just talking about an interaction that he should have done. So I think Plo Koon, he should have reinforced that last turn and he could have repaired structural damage. So Plo Koon is at the start of the end phase. If you're reinforced, you may choose one friendly ship at range 0, or in your side arcs at range 1, that ship removes 1 deplete or strain token or repairs 1 face-up damage card. So that would have been a good option for Plo Koon to get rid of that structural damage. That's probably one of the only ways you can get rid of structural damage, I think. Because it is a permanent crit. So be interesting here to see if Jarrad goes for the block again. You may just see the turn down with Brown. Or you could try to see the 2 bank to get out of there and have that shot on the Laat. The 2 gunships are probably just going three forwards into the arc, and you'll see the green turn towards the arc as well. Grievous is out of the game for a couple of turns, but at this point I don't think Jarrad minds. You still got 36 minutes left, but so yeah, so Brown's doing the 1 turn there. Although interestingly, if Harrison's only done a 1 straight, that probably won't bump.
I'm going to go a lock.
That's a big play there as well, because that arc can definitely get rid of that ship this turn. I think you probably only see a 2 straight from those gunships then.
We'll be good. Should be fine. He won't turn in this hard this quick. Oh, he did.
So now we'll see the Laat. I think here you'll see the Laat, yeah, do the turn in. Unfortunately, I think the ability still won't trigger for Harrison. So he's going to do the purple reinforce.
Which it already is. I mean, yeah, who even cares? Then your guys.
So, yeah, 2 straight there.
To all the stream, I'm so sorry.
Yeah, two straight there, and he's flipped the cards again, so probably next turn you'll see another one of the side slip maneuvers. And he's bumped. That was a good shot from Brown there. Oh, so Grievous. I think it looks like Grievous might have arc. Maybe you stay there and just focus. No barrel rolls, not going to get you out of arc, get you probably further out of range, but I think there's okay. You've got a range 3 shot.
No cannons on Grievous, sorry man.
Oh, hitting 2 crits.
Whoa, I rolled 3, doesn't matter. It's all good. Oh dear, alright.
So, I think Harrison rolled too many there, but he's just gonna.
That's all good, whatever.
I think he's just said it's all good. Unfortunately, I think Harrison was a bit rattled from losing Plo Koon so early.
Yep.
So yeah, you've got that range 3 shot back at Grievous. Range 2 into red.
Yep. There's a lot to eat through. Yep. 8. I think Grievous would have.
I think.
Stuff it. I'll shoot Grievous.
Yeah, they're both. Grievous has got 5, 7 versus 8. I think you'd go into the gunship, but.
Alright, let's see. Fire convergent.
Oh no, that's just out.
Oh no. I literally, he hasn't done anything. This has been like.
And Grievous gets the 1 evade. We could see the arc go off the table here as well. Unfortunately. So range 2. Cannon got 2 rerolls. Oh.
Get out.
Wow, triple crits. Oh. So we've got weapons failure.
Beginning of the end.
Loose stabilizer. And hull breach.
Well, at least hull breach was in that order.
Oh, I put a fuel leak on the wrong one. And then hit crit. Spends the calculator. So it takes 2 more crits. So if there's a fuel leak first or a direct hit in there.
Like so it's 1 crit and a hit, but it's hull breach, so it's. Yeah. They're all crits. Yeah.
So damaged engine.
1.
Double damaged engine, so it's not looking good. So range 1. Oh, and he'll spend the lock. For 3. So it takes 2.
I think he's gone. Let me count.
Oh no, hull breach doesn't go away as well.
Does it? I thought it was repaired after you do it.
So yeah, that's 2 more crits onto the. They get fuel leak and wounded pilot.
So that's another hit.
And then so he should get 1 more.
Which is also a crit.
And console fire. Very dead.
I don't even know the order, but I know it's right. I know that's what we got. How many minutes do we have? I have half an hour to fly the Laat away from everyone.
Alright, so it's Harrison's still on 30 and Jarrad has destroyed 138, so it's quite. It's going to be almost impossible for Harrison to win it from here. But Plo did just repair the structural damage. So it's interesting. And I think Jarrad, it's still going to have a couple of rounds before Jarrad can really put the hurt onto the Laat.
Oh, you have. Yep. So you're 30.
Jarrad's cards flip, so he does have to do the side slip, which is probably a pretty good position there. You probably turn left bank, maybe 3 bank for both of them.
I literally didn't trigger fire once.
No.
It's like that's where the points are for this ship. I didn't even get to use it. Oh boy.
That is really confusing to try to figure that out. Maybe here you just go forwards, I think. I mean, yeah, or actually turning left somehow. The hards, the left hard is probably a good idea. The Laat is gonna probably just circle down the bottom of the board. Grievous will be out. Grievous's best option may just be a 1 hard towards the bottom of the board, and then next turn he can 5 straight.
Yep. I think I'm done.
Go for it.
So
Brown trade.
1k with Brown.
Stress.
Maybe a 3 hard. Yeah. Green.
Go there.
I think he'll lock.
Probably won't have shots anyway. I'll calculate.
Oh. Of course, what I say, Jarrad does the opposite.
My only boy
Low. Yeah.
left.
Yeah. So he's going.
Oh,
Next turn, you probably see a bank from him as well.
You don't want to reinforce? Yellow.
So it's going to be the side slip.
Drifting.
So it's an interesting card there. Getting your head around it is pretty crazy though. Looking here, I think maybe you will see a bank maneuver from Grievous, or the 1.
Boost.
Yeah, that's a good position. You'll be able to
And he'll go for a focus.
get a good turn the next turn as well. So Grievous just has range 3. But I think the Laat will have range 3 on Grievous as well.
fix the structural damage.
That's true. You won't mini decimal.
Yeah.
Ooh. I think here you check if you have arc yet.
Yep. Oh, okay.
So I think you just leave it at 2.
Yeah, I'll spend it.
Choosing violence.
Force, baby.
Spends the force.
Yep.
Takes 1.
And then yours.
Alright, check this. This is gonna just wreck.
So you've got a range 3 obstructed on green and range 3 on Grievous. Yeah, you maybe go into Grievous.
I mean,
The droid has 3 dice in the cloud.
yeah, that's true. And you'd have be through a gas cloud. Alright, we'll go Grievous.
Yeah, so he's going into Grievous, which I think is the best option.
And I'm using old dice because I don't trust the.
So 2 hits.
There we go. I've just been using the wrong dice, man.
And Grievous is fun. So then we'll see green shoot through the cloud. range 3 obstructed. I think this will be a non-shot.
Through a gas cloud.
Yeah, spend it for hit crit. Unless you get all focus. Yeah, so he's fine. So the maneuver here from the Laat is to probably just do the 3 bank. They have a white 3 bank, so that's okay. You probably just see a 2 straight from green, maybe like a 5 straight from brown,
5 hard Grievous, let's go.
and probably a 5 straight if they've got them from the HMP. That's red. Ooh. But they are reduced in difficulty at the moment because his card is inactive. So yeah, I think you will see the 5 straight from both of the gunships. Jarrad's done a pretty good job at keeping that front arc the whole time, but they do have the 180 arc as well, so they probably don't need to line it up as well. And Jarrad just taking his time with all his ships. Yeah, so it looks like they're getting ready.
Still?
Sorry. Yeah. Sorry. I was
just hang on, I have a few more ships I need to dial in.
So yeah, both are good now.
green.
Oh, Green's done a 5 straight. So I think he's hoping for the block, which probably will get it.
I may as well just fly him off, man.
Maybe one.
Gotta get the clones. Oh.
One bank may fit. I'm not sure.
So expendable.
Can I actually? Oh, I've done it the wrong way.
So
Red. I'm gonna go yellow first. 3 straight.
so yellow's done a 3 straight.
After I fully execute, I can flip. Flip. He would calculate, and then red. 2 bank. It's gonna bump down.
So causing a self bump.
Oh, I did that early.
Oh, also I was meant to move.
And they did that out of order, so yeah. Oh, 3 bank just fits. That is nice.
Let's see. What's green? He's on.
He's full.
He is full.
He won't be anymore.
You know what? We're taking a focus.
Alright, and then Grievous 2 straight. Boost and focus again. Yeah. So that's probably still range 3 shot from Grievous.
Light him up.
Range 3.
Ooh. Definitely an arc of the Laat, so no rerolls. I think you spend it here. There's no chance that he's going to attack Grievous.
Yeah,
So
that's about right.
takes 2. which has just put him at half points on the Laat.
Yep. So yeah, your 2 gets to go.
Alright, here we go.
So can he one-shot that
It's gonna be 3 dice.
that green? Oh, pretty good roll. Pretty good roll. No, so he gets half points on green. So an extra 10. And I think you're just going to be just out here with red. Yeah. With sorry, with yellow and red. And then may just be in with brown. Yeah. So range 3 onto the Laat. For 1 hit. I think the Laat should be okay. Yeah. Nutties. All fine. So yeah, range 1 from green into the Laat. Ooh, 1 crit. Does have the lock.
I do, but
Or is that? Oh, that's orange.
oh, that was orange. I think. No, that's his.
That's his.
It's saying his name.
So
Because he's number 2.
Oh yeah, cool.
Yeah, and that's his.
I don't think you spend the lock here.
Actually spending it. Yeah, right. Why not?
Oh,
I mean, at this point, anything like
Jarrad is just wanting to beat down on him
Oh.
into to blanks
good.
and evades it. I guess the next turn Jarrad can just turn the droid to the ship
Look, I get to use fire convergence, but
ship right and lock him again. And so yellow has the side slip activated, but I don't know if that's going to be beneficial for Jarrad. Brown, you might just see 2 bank or something. Grievous, I think this is where Grievous goes as fast as he can, which is the 4 straight to clear the stress. 3 straight to clear the stress. Red may just have to bank 3 bank out. Because I think the Laat you'll just see a 3 bank up to the top of the, or towards the top of the board. So it's interesting. Like I think there's still maybe another 2 turns left in the Laat, depending where Jarrad can get his ships. So we should see. Actually, I think if Jared's done this right, he probably could get rid of the Laat, but yeah. So the one turn and you'll lock. Hopefully, Harrison also has a shot on one of the droids, so that looks like he might be able to wipe Brown off if he does the 3 bank. And yeah, locks there. and focus. So now we see those side slips, possibly from yellow. Yeah, so that may be out of range, but puts him in a pretty good position for next turn. Now you've got 1, that would be range 3. And then we'll see Grievous. Yeah, and you just boost and focus. So yeah, actually I think this is probably the last round. Range 1 from Grievous. Oh, so 1. And he evades it. Grievous's dice have turned. You go into brown.
As tempting as Grievous is, I think we need to take a gun off.
Yeah, definitely into brown, because if you can get rid of brown, brown's got 1 left. You're getting shot one less time this round. And you're keeping your survivability.
Stuff that. Yeah, no, we'll go into the trade fed.
You just need 1 into the trade fed.
Yeah.
And there's no way he's gonna do damage, enough damage on Grievous to get half points. So 1.
Come on, lucky 7.
Can you use... Oh, you can't use...
Not on myself.
So he can't use the ship's ability because it's a non-turret attack. And he evades it.
Yes.
Just out. Does red...
Oh, so he's using the cannon here.
Range 3.
Range 3.
Cannon.
And you're calculating.
And we see 2 hits. I think just spend the calculate. Spend the calculate. I wonder the statistics. I think it's probably better for the hit rather than the less defense die.
I was like, but you've got focus and force.
Yeah, so he spends his focus there and takes 2.
That's 2.
And then range 2 there.
He can spend his lock.
Can probably afford that.
Spends his lock. And 1. I think he's going to check if it's range 1. Just out.
Just out. The token's in?
No, doesn't count. I'm putting my foot down. No.
Yes, that's just...
So he takes 1.
I actually hate 1 dice ships.
So he's down to 1.
He's gonna fly decimators.
I know.
No dice.
Don't need him.
I think that would be pretty safe to call it game here.
Buffed Vader now. It is ridiculous.
What do they do? I saw people talking about it, but what do they actually do?
So I don't think Harrison's going to get to shoot. So I think that's more or less the final score will be 40 to 200 for Jarrad.
known about can you measure or like and then peak, and the kind of
So
was
green this turn is going to be irrelevant. Just going to turn around, but keeps that lock on.
and then you target range two.
Brown just turns in. Probably red does a hard turn. Yellow,
So it's actually also friendly ships.
don't know, straight as well. And Grievous probably just takes a 2 bank
Super close.
and hopefully can
Being an
get out of
friendly ships like at range one.
get out of that arc. But I'm sure the Laat is just going to
There's no risk. It's just
turn up the board.
do Vader and rack with Vader is so good.
So I think they're just having a bit of a chin wag there and talking about the change to the Vader rules. So basically, before the consensus was if you measured, so Vader crew, if you measured with Vader crew, you had to use Vader crew. So, for instance, if you measure in arc at range 0 to 2 and the only other ship in your arc is a friendly ship, then Vader would have had to either give that ship a damage or take away a green token. But now they've basically just said that you can measure and then choose to spend the force or not. So he's gotten a fair bit of a buff there as well.
Yep, all good.
So they are both good to go.
Brown. 3 hard.
3 out there, trying for that block.
Picking calc. Green. Or 1k. Take a stress.
Alright, you ready?
Oh, does it stop?
Got me. Oh no.
I should have seen that on the maneuvers. 3 hard. That's not too bad. They've still got that good arc, and I actually think that still might be in cannon range.
Yeah, I'm gonna flip that.
And then,
Yellow.
yeah, 3 straight, so
3
he's still fine.
calculate.
GG.
And then Grievous.
Oh, I think Grievous might be able to get out of arc with a boost. Yeah, easy.
I was like, I'm not letting Grievous get a shot on me.
At least you get the shots though.
I do. I'm getting rid of that damn brown. Range 1.
Alright, so yeah, we might see Brown die.
Where are my black dice? Alright.
Range 1.
And spin.
He dead.
So 2. And Brown dies.
Flip that. Saber power regulator.
Disable power regulator and blinded pilot.
Wounded pilot.
Why did you take 3? Hull breach.
I don't want to spend.
Oh,
And
okay,
yeah. And yeah, Hell Breach. Oh,
Because
Oh,
I
you did.
only got 2 hits.
that's true.
Yeah.
So I think Jarrad dealt too many cards to himself. I don't think it really matters at this point, but
Anyway, so we'll go red. Range 1.
so red range 1 into the Laat. 2, and he can re-roll. So 2, and that is dead. So yeah, pretty interesting game. I think Harrison's trying to get Jarrad to keep shooting. So 2, and he can re-roll that one as well.
2 more. Let's mill that damage deck. Yeah, boy. 11.
And then this one's got a range 3 attack as well. I mean, technically that can't happen because of the initiatives and stuff, but yeah, it's a good game, and thanks to everyone for watching. Hopefully we'll have a few more games coming up fairly soon, and yeah, it's good to see some new content and ships on the board. So we'll catch you next time.